Welcome to My Expat Stories. Today's letter comes from a listener who said he's been wanting to tell someone for ages but couldn't. Too ashamed. Too raw. But he's ready now. Said he needs to get it out, so here it is. Unfiltered. His words. If you've ever been so sexually starved, you exploded when given the chance. Hit like and subscribe. This one's uncomfortable. Here's Keith. I'm Keith, 52, Nottingham, electrician, and I need to talk about what happened to me. About 11 years of nothing. About Sandra shutting me out. About Angeles City opening the floodgates. About £63,000 spent on chaos. On women. On Ladyboys. On massage. On bars. On everything. On making up for 11 years of being ignored, of being rejected, of being invisible. And I'm not ashamed. I should be. But I'm not. Because for 18 months, I felt alive. And I can't go back to being dead. Let me tell you how it started. How 11 years of nothing turned into everything. Right, I'm lying in bed. My bedroom, separate from Sandra's. We've had separate rooms for 11 years, since our daughter Emma was born. Sandra said she needed her own space, needed to sleep properly, needed to not be touched. So I moved to the spare room, and I've been there ever since. It's midnight. I can't sleep. I'm lying there, staring at the ceiling, listening to Sandra snore through the wall, and I'm thinking about the last time we had sex. 11 years ago, Emma's conception. That was it. That was the last time Sandra let me touch her. After Emma was born, Sandra changed. Completely changed. She was exhausted. Fair enough. Baby cries all night. She's breastfeeding. She's tired. I got it. But it didn't stop. Months went by. Years went by. Emma started sleeping through the night. Started nursery. Started school. And Sandra still didn't want me. I tried. I'd reach for her. She'd pull away. I'd suggest date night. She'd say she's too tired. I'd try to kiss her. She'd turn her head, give me her cheek, like I was her dad, not her husband. I asked them what's wrong. What did I do? She said nothing. You didn't do anything. I'm just not interested anymore. Having a baby changed me. I don't feel sexual. I don't want it, and I need you to accept that. So I did. I accepted it. Because what choice did I have? She's my wife. Mother of my child, I love her. So I accepted being rejected, being unwanted, being invisible. 11 years. No sex, no intimacy, no touching, no kissing, no affection. We became flatmates, co-parents, financial partners, but not lovers, not husband and wife. Just two people living in the same house, existing next to each other. I worked, I came home, I ate dinner, I watched telly, I went to bed, alone, same routine, every day, every week, every year, for 11 years, and I was dying inside, slowly, quietly, dying. Then last year, the lads at work organised a trip, stag do. Baz was getting married, his fourth marriage, mental. But anyway, stag do. Philippines, Angeles City, former US Air Base, bars everywhere, girls everywhere, everything available. The lads were buzzing. I wasn't sure. I'd never done anything like that. Never been to Asia, never been to a place like Angeles. But I needed a break, needed to get away from Sandra, from the dead marriage, from the loneliness. So I said, yeah, I'm in. We flew out, 10 of us, landed in Clark. That's the airport near Angeles. Got a van, drove 20 minutes, and there it was, Angeles City. And bloody hell, it was alive. Bars everywhere, Fields Avenue, the main strip, neon signs, music blasting. Girls outside every bar, calling to us. Hey, handsome, come inside, have drink, have fun. We checked into our hotel, Walking Street Hotel, right on the main strip. Could hear the music from our rooms, could smell the grilled meat from the street vendors, could feel the energy, the chaos, the life. We showered, changed, headed out, 7 p.m. The street was packed. Tourists, expats, Filipinas, Ladyboys, everyone. The bars were open. Music from every direction. Rock, pop, dance, all blending together. We walked into the first bar. Atlantis, big place, stage in the middle. Girls dancing. Bikinis, heels, moving to the music. Maybe 50 girls. All beautiful. All smiling. All looking at us. We sat down. Ordered beers. San Miguel. Ice cold. A girl came over, sat next to me. Hi, I'm Angel. What your name? Keith. You from England? Yeah. Nottingham. I love England. Manchester United. Everyone loves Manchester United here. She laughed. You want buy me lady drink? What's a lady drink? You buy me drink. I sit with you. We talk. Maybe you like me. Maybe you bar fine me. Bar fine? You pay bar. I leave with you. We go your hotel. Have fun. How much? Bar fine 3,000 pesos. £50. Then you give me tip. Maybe 3,000 more. Up to you. Depend how much fun we have. I looked at the lads. They were already buying lady drinks. Already talking to girls. Already planning their nights. I thought about Sandra. About 11 years. About being rejected. About being unwanted. And I thought, sod it. I bought Angel a lady drink. 200 pesos. £3. She sat with me. We talked. She was sweet. 24. From Pampanga. Worked the bar 6 nights a week. Sent money home to her family. Same story as everyone. But she was nice. Funny. Touchy. Her hand on my leg. Her arm around my shoulder. Laughing at my jokes. Making me feel wanted. Making me feel seen. After an hour, I said, do you want to come with me? Back to my hotel? Yes, I like you. You kind. You funny. Let me tell Mama Son. She went to the bar. Talked to the Mama Son. The woman running the bar. Came back. Okay, you pay bar fine at counter. We go. I paid. 3,000 pesos. £50. We left. Walked back to the hotel. 2 minutes away. My heart was pounding. I was nervous, excited, terrified. I hadn't been with a woman in 11 years. What if I couldn't perform? What if I'd forgotten how? What if Sandra had killed that part of me? We got to my room. Angel sat on the bed, smiled. You want shower first? Yeah. Give me 5 minutes. I showered. Came out, towel around my waist. She was still dressed. Sitting on the bed, looking at her phone. She looked up. Are you ready? Yeah. She stood up, started undressing. Slowly. Her top, her skirt, her bra, her knickers. And she was beautiful. Young, fit, perfect body. She came over, kissed me. And it was like a switch flipped. 11 years of nothing. And suddenly, everything. We had sex, and it was incredible. Not because she was amazing, not because it was passionate, but because I felt wanted, I felt desired. I felt like a man. For the first time in 11 years, I felt alive. After she showered, got dressed, I gave her 3,000 pesos, £50, tip. She kissed me, said thank you, said you're sweet, said come back tomorrow. I will be there, she left. I lay on the bed, staring at the ceiling, and I felt it, that rush, that high, that feeling of being wanted, and I knew I was in trouble, because I wanted more, needed more. The next night we went to a different bar, Dollhouse, same setup, girls dancing, lady drinks, bar fines. I met Cherry, 26, beautiful, long hair, shy smile. We talked. I bar fined her back to the hotel. Same thing, sex, shower, tip. She left, and I felt it again, that rush, that high. The third night, different bar, high society. Met Bella, 23, bubbly, loud, funny, bar fine. Hotel, sex, rush, high. The fourth night, I tried something different. The lads were talking about massage parlours, Korean spas they called them. Happy ending massages. I'd never done that, never even considered it. But I was curious, so I went. Seoul Spa, walking distance from the hotel. I walked in, aircon blasting. Smelled like oils and incense. Girls sitting behind glass. Numbers pinned to their chests. Like a catalogue. I picked number 42. Pretty face. Nice body. Paid at the counter. 2,000 pesos, £30. Followed her upstairs. Private room, massage table. Dim lights. She told me shower, I did. Came back. Towel on. She told me lie down, I did. She started massaging. And it was good. Really good. Then she said, you want special? What's special? Extra service, happy ending, you understand? How much? 1,000 pesos, £15. Yeah. Okay. She gave me the massage, then the special. And it was quick, efficient, transactional. But it felt good, it felt wanted, and I paid. 3 grand total, £45. Left. Walked back to the hotel. Buzzing, the 5th night. Another bar. Voodoo. Met Precious. 31. Older. More experienced. She knew what she was doing. Bar fine. Hotel. Best sex of the week. Gave her 4,000 pesos tip. 60 quid. She deserved it. The 6th night. Last night of the trip. I went wild. Bar fine 2 girls. Angel and Cherry. Both of them. Threesome. 6,000 pesos bar fine total. Plus 6,000 tip. 180 quid. And it was mental. Absolutely mental. 2 girls. Both gorgeous. Both willing. Both making me feel like a king. And I left Angeles the next day feeling like a different person. Like I'd woken up. Like I'd been dead and suddenly I was alive. I flew home. Back to Nottingham. Back to Sandra. Back to the separate rooms. Back to being ignored. But I wasn't the same. I couldn't be the same. Because I'd tasted it. I'd felt what it was like to be wanted. And I couldn't go back to being unwanted. 2 months later I booked another trip. Told Sandra I was going to a work conference. Manchester. 3 days. She didn't question it. Didn't care, just said okay. Have a good time. I flew to Manila, got a bus to Angeles, checked into the same hotel, and I went wild, properly wild. 3 days, 6 bar fines, 4 massages, £12,000 spent. And every second of it felt like making up for lost time, like reclaiming what Sandra had taken from me, what 11 years had stolen. And that's when I discovered something else. The Ladyboy bars, the transgender women. I'd never considered it, never thought about it. But one night walking past a bar called Pump 2, I saw them. Beautiful, feminine, confident. And I was curious. I walked in, sat down, ordered a beer. A ladyboy came over. Stunning. Better looking than half the genetic girls I'd been with. Hi, I'm Candy. Your first time here? Yeah, first time. You want buy me drink? We talk? Yeah. Okay, we talked. She was funny, charming, honest. Said she'd been transitioning for 5 years. Worked the bar 3 years. Made good money. Sent some home. Saved some. Had goals. Dreams. And I liked her. Really liked her. Not just physically, but as a person. I bar fined her. Back to the hotel. And I'll be honest, it was different. But good. Really good. And afterward, lying there, I realised I didn't care. Women. Ladyboys. It didn't matter. What mattered was being wanted. Being desired. Being alive. And that's when the addiction started. That's when I stopped being able to control it. I went back a month later. Another work conference, Birmingham this time. Sandra didn't question it. She was busy with Emma, busy with her book club, busy with her life that didn't include me. So I flew to Angeles, 4 days. And the spending increased, the intensity increased, the addiction deepened. I wasn't just bar fining 1 girl a night anymore. I was bar fining 2. 3, going to massage parlours twice a day, morning and night trying different bars, different girls, different experiences. Women, ladyboys, everything. I wanted to try everything, experience everything, make up for 11 years in 4 days. I went to a place called Perimeter Road, where all the freelancers work. Girls who don't work bars, they just walk the street, stand outside convenience stores, wait for customers. Cheaper, more direct. You negotiate, you agree. You go. No bar fine, no mama-san, just you and her. And the price. I picked up 3 different girls on Perimeter. Different nights. 1,500 pesos each. 20 quid. Quick. Simple. Back to the hotel. Sex. Done. They left. No small talk. No pretense. Just transaction. And I liked that too. The honesty. The directness. I went to a Korean spa called Candy Spa. Different from Seoul. More upscale. More expensive. Girls were better looking. Service was better. I got 3 massages there. 4,000 pesos each. 60 quid. Worth every penny. Should have realised I had a problem. But I wasn't horrified. I was planning the next trip. Back in Nottingham, I couldn't function. Couldn't focus. At work, I'd be wiring a house. And I'd be thinking about Angeles, about the bars, about Angel, about Cherry, about Candy the Ladyboy, about the next trip. When I could go back. How soon? At home, Sandra and I existed in the same space but different worlds. She'd talk about Emma's school, about the parent-teacher meeting, about needing new carpets. And I'd nod, say yeah, sounds good. But I wasn't listening. I was thinking about Fields Avenue, about the music, about the girls, about feeling alive. Sandra noticed something was off. You okay? You seem distracted. I'm fine, just work stress. You've been going to a lot of conferences lately. Yeah, new regulations. Need training. Okay, well, try to be present when you're home. Emma needs you. I'm present. But I wasn't. I was in Angeles, in my head. Always. 3 months after the second trip, I booked a third. Told Sandra I had a big job in London. Week long. She said fine. Whatever. I don't think she cared where I was anymore, as long as I was paying the bills and being a dad when required. I flew to Manila, bus to Angeles. And this trip was different. I went darker, harder, more extreme. I tried everything. Bars I'd never been to. Girls I'd never met. Massage places that offered more than just happy endings. Full service. Everything on the menu. I said yes to all of it. I went to a place called Dollhouse 2. Upstairs bar. More private, more intimate. Freelancers came through. You picked who you wanted. Took them to the back rooms. Paid. Got what you paid for. Left. I went there 3 times that week. Different girls every time. Spent £6,000 just there. I bar-fined Ladyboys 4 nights straight. Different ones, Candy again, then Jasmine, then Bianca, then Apple. And each one was different. Each experience was unique. And I loved it. Loved the variety. Loved the chaos. Loved not knowing what would happen. I went to a sauna, Blue Orchid sauna. Never been before. You go in, steam room, sauna, shower. Then you pick a girl from the lineup. Take her to a private room. Massage, sex, whatever you want. All included. 3,000 pesos. 45 quid. I went twice. Different girls. Both times incredible. I dipped into savings. Credit cards. Everything. And I didn't care. Because that week I felt more alive than I'd felt in 24 years of marriage. I flew home. Sandra picked me up from the airport. How was London? Good. Productive. You look tired. Yeah. Long week. Lot of work. We drove home in silence, and I felt it. The crash. The come down. Going from Angeles chaos to Nottingham silence. From being wanted to being invisible. From alive to dead. And I couldn't handle it. I started planning the next trip immediately. 2 weeks later, I was back. Told Sandra I had another conference. Leeds this time. She didn't even look up from her book. Okay, don't forget Emma's recital is next month. You need to be there. I'll be there. But I was already gone. Already in Angeles in my mind. Already planning which bars, which girls, which experiences. That trip was 5 days. And I went mental. Absolutely mental. Bar find 2 girls every night. Morning massages, afternoon freelancers, evening bars, late night lady drinks. I was spending 2-3 grand a day. And it didn't matter. Nothing mattered except the feeling, the rush, the high, the validation. I met a girl named Mayang, 27, worked at Voodoo Bar. And she was different. She didn't just perform, she made me feel special, she laughed at my jokes. She held my hand walking back to the hotel. She stayed after, talked, cuddled, made me feel like she actually cared. I bar-fined her 3 nights in a row. Gave her 5,000 pesos tip each time. 75 quid. She was worth it. But I also met others. Lisa, Joy, Princess. Michelle the Ladyboy. Anna the massage girl. I couldn't stop. Couldn't say no. Every girl who smiled at me. Every girl who sat next to me. Every girl who made me feel wanted. I said yes. Bar fine. Massage. Freelance. Whatever. Yes. All of it. 5 days. My credit cards were maxed. My savings were gone. I'd taken a loan from the bank. 10 grand. 12% interest. Didn't care. I needed it. Needed to keep going. Needed to keep feeling alive. Back in Nottingham, things got worse. I couldn't sleep and couldn't eat, couldn't focus. At work, I made mistakes. Wired a socket wrong. Nearly caused a fire. My boss pulled me aside. Keith, what's going on? You're not yourself. You're making mistakes. This isn't like you. Sorry, I'll do better. You need time off? You seem burnt out. No, I'm fine, but I wasn't fine. I was addicted. Completely addicted. To Angeles, to the bars, to the girls, to the feeling. And I couldn't stop. Didn't want to stop. At home, Sandra finally noticed. Keith, we need to talk. About what? About money. About the credit card bills. About the bank statements. You've spent £40,000 in the last few months. On what? Where's this money going? Work stuff, tools, equipment, travel for conferences. £40,000 on work stuff. That doesn't make sense. I'll sort it. Don't worry about it. I am worried. We have a mortgage. We have Emma. We have bills. And you're spending money like we're millionaires. What's going on? Nothing. I told you, work expenses. I'll get reimbursed. When? Soon. But there was no reimbursement. There was no work expenses. There was just Angela's. And I couldn't tell her. Couldn't admit it. Couldn't say I've spent £40,000 on bars and girls and massage and chaos because you haven't touched me in 11 years. And I'm dying inside, and Angelus makes me feel alive. So I lied, kept lying, and kept going back. Trip 5. A month later. Another conference. Sandra was furious. Another conference. You've been to 5 in 6 months. This is ridiculous. It's my job. I have to go. Then quit. Find another job. One that doesn't require this much travel. I can't. We need the money. We wouldn't need the money if you weren't spending it all. I'm not spending it all. I'm investing in my career. She shook her head, walked away, slammed the bedroom door. Her bedroom. Not ours. Never ours. Because we hadn't shared a bedroom in 11 years. Because she'd shut me out. And now she was angry I'd found somewhere else. Someone else. Everything else. I flew to Angelus. And this time I went darker. I found the girly bars. The ones off the main strip. Smaller. Seedier. Cheaper. Girls were older. More worn down. But they were willing. They'd do anything for the right price. And I paid. I paid for everything. I went to places I'd only heard about. A street where girls stand outside offering services. Direct. No games. You pick. You pay. You get. I went 3 times. Different girls. 500 pesos each. 7 quid. Quick. Mechanical. But it was something. It was feeling wanted. Even if it was fake. Even if it was bought. It was more than Sandra gave me. I found a Ladyboy freelancer named Sky, worked perimeter. Stunning. Tall. Better body than most genetic girls. We negotiated. 2,000 pesos, 30 quid. Back to the hotel. And she was incredible. Best experience of the trip. I found her again the next night. And the night after. Gave her 3,000 each time. 45 quid. She started recognising me. Started calling me babe. Started acting like she cared. And I knew it was fake. Knew she was working, but it felt real. And that's all I needed. I was spiralling. Completely spiralling. And I couldn't stop. Didn't want to stop. Back home, Sandra confronted me again. I looked at the bank statements. You've spent £60,000 in 6 months. Keith, what is going on? Nothing. It's not nothing. You're hiding something. Are you gambling? Are you having an affair? What? I'm not gambling. I'm not having an affair. I'm dealing with stuff. What stuff? Stuff you wouldn't understand. Try me. I can't. Why not? Because you stopped caring about me 11 years ago. Because you shut me out. Because you made me feel invisible. Because you killed our marriage. And I found somewhere I don't feel invisible. And I'm not giving that up. I didn't say that. I wanted to. But I didn't. I just said I can't talk about it right now. And I left, went to the pub, sat there, drank 4 pints. Thought about Angelus, about when I could go back, about how much longer I could keep this going before everything collapsed. And I knew. I knew it couldn't last. Knew the money would run out. Knew Sandra would find out. Knew everything would implode. But I didn't care. Because for 6 months, I'd felt alive. And that was worth everything. Sandra found out. Properly found out. She went through my phone while I was sleeping. Found the photos, the videos, the messages. Everything. Found photos of me in bars. With girls, with ladyboys. Found messages arranging meetups. Found bank transfers. Found everything. She woke me up. 3 in the morning. What the hell is this? I looked at my phone. At the evidence. At everything exposed. Philippines. You've been going to the Philippines. For prostitutes. For this? I didn't say anything. What could I say? £63,000. 63 grand. On bars. On girls. On ladyboys. On massage. On everything. While I'm here. Raising our daughter. Paying the bills. Living on nothing. You're spending 63 grand on prostitutes. I had to. You don't understand. I don't understand. Explain it to me then. Explain how you could do this. How you could lie to me. How you could spend our savings on this. You stopped touching me. 11 years ago, you shut me out. You made me invisible. You killed our marriage. And I found somewhere I'm not invisible. Somewhere I'm wanted. Somewhere I'm alive. So that's my fault. I had a baby. I was exhausted. I needed space. And you couldn't handle that, so you went to the Philippines and paid prostitutes? It's not that simple. It is that simple. You cheated. You lied. You spent £63,000 on prostitutes. That's exactly that simple. She packed a bag that night, woke Emma, took her, went to her sister's, filed for divorce the next week. I didn't fight it, didn't argue, didn't try to explain. What's the point? She was right. I'd cheated, I'd lied, I'd spent everything, and I'd do it again. The divorce took 8 months. She got the house, she got custody of Emma. I got weekends when Emma wants to see me, which is never. She won't talk to me, won't look at me. Sandra told her what I did, not the details. But enough. And Emma hates me now. My daughter, 15 years old, hates me. I moved into a flat, bedsit really, 1 room, shared bathroom, cheapest I could find. I'm paying child support, paying alimony, paying off the loan, paying off the credit cards. I've got nothing left. I work, I come home, I eat beans on toast, I sleep, I wake up, I work. Repeat. That's my life now. And I think about Angela's every day, every hour, every minute. I can't stop thinking about it. About the bars, about the girls, about feeling alive, about being wanted, about the chaos. People think I regret it. My mates, my family, they think I'm ashamed. They think I wish I could take it back. But I don't. I don't regret it. Not for a second. £63,000, 6 months of trips, hundreds of girls, and every single moment was worth it. Because for those months, I wasn't dead. I wasn't invisible. I wasn't ignored. I was alive. And I can't apologise for that. Sandra thinks I'm sick, thinks I'm addicted, thinks I need therapy. Maybe she's right. Maybe I do. But I don't want therapy. I don't want to stop wanting it. Because wanting it is better than wanting nothing. I'm saving again. Not much. £100 a month. But I'm saving. Because I'm going back, soon as I've got enough. Soon as I've cleared some debt. I'm booking a flight. I'm going back to Angeles. I'm going back to feeling alive. Sandra says I'm destroying my life. Destroying my relationship with Emma. Destroying my future. And she's right. I am. But I'd rather destroy my life feeling alive than preserve it feeling dead. 11 years. That's how long Sandra made me wait. 11 years of being rejected. Of being unwanted. Of being told I don't matter. And Angeles gave me 6 months of being wanted. Of being desired. Of mattering. I know what I am. I'm an addict. I'm a sex tourist. I'm a bloke who threw away his marriage for bars and girls and chaos. And I don't care. I really don't. Because those 6 months were more alive than 24 years of marriage ever were. Keith, 52, Nottingham, electrician, divorced, broke, alone, and planning my next trip to Angeles. Because I can't go back to being dead. And Angeles is the only place I feel alive. This is my expat stories. Sometimes the dead bedroom kills you so completely that when you finally come alive, you can't stop, even when it cost you everything.